So hey, I've decided that I want to have a MoHAWK. I'm going to strive for a MoHAWK and just have a MoHAWK. It's that, or I'm just going to shave my head and buy a wig. You choose. It's been 3 weeks since my last, I was going to say confession. Sometimes it feels like that YouTube is a confession, a booth where you come and tell the world all of your sins. Sins. I have none. I'm perfect. Never make mistakes. I read somewhere, let me think if I can get it right. Experience, no, I'm not going to be able to do it. Experience keeps you from making bad decisions. And in order to get in order to have experience, you need to make bad decisions. Does that make sense? I thought it was very profound. So I've been sick, and I still don't feel very well. I had in addition to being sick, which included fever and headache, and it just went on and on and on. Like, who has a fever for 6 days? And I just felt like shit, and I haven't watched anything, and actually I haven't been connected to Wi-Fi. I've had issues with that, and my beloved MacBook Pro, well, look, I don't want any grief about my choices with choosing Apple products. Apple products, I would never go back to a PC ever again, no matter what. No matter what, I would never do it. For someone like me, for someone like I can be, I'm not a computer geek. I don't understand all this stuff. I know if I push one button, this result will happen, and it's a repetitive thing for me. I can't be really creative. And Mac is very easy to use, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful product. Everything that Mac does is a beautiful product. And as you know, my MacBook and my very first MacBook and I were ripped apart by the drooling crack meth head when we had our theft a year and some ago. And I replaced my MacBook with a MacBook Pro. And this past June, before it was even a year old, I took it into Best Buy after paying for the extended warranty and the Geek Squad crap. And it was less than a year old, and it cost me $225 when I went to pick it up. And they really did nothing, and I lost everything on it. And I spent 2 months putting back all my bookmarks and my addresses and my email crap and everything. And then 2 weeks ago, it started clunking. And I was so upset with Best Buy, and so upset because they couldn't tell me what the $225 was for after I had spent all that money for extended warranty and Geek Squad coverage. I just couldn't face going back to them. And Apple opened a store in a mall just not very far from me. And I went in there with my beloved MacBook Pro. And they hooked it up to their diagnostics right in front of me. Free! Told them that it was just over a year old, which made no difference. And everything worked just fine. He couldn't prove any fault. And then, just as he was telling me, sorry for your luck, you can go buy a new unit. Well, he didn't quite say that. He plugged it in again to the diagnostic stuff, and the hard drive failed. So I was with Pat, and Pat said, okay, let's just get it replaced. Let's just fix it. And the genius guy, the genius technician, that's their title, genius, the guy said, well, you've purchased the Best Buy. You should go back to Best Buy, and they'll give you the $200 and some odd hard drive free. So I said, I'm not ever stepping foot into Best Buy after my experience with my MacBook Pro. Ever, ever, ever again. And he said, well, it's going to be $250 here or free there. So I went back to Best Buy and had a mini breakdown, hysterical fit in there with Pat. And I was so mad. And anyway, they took my MacBook and told me it'd be 3 weeks. Seriously, it's been a crisis. I'm somewhat recovering. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Other than I was, well, I've missed everybody. I'll try and well, I can't say I'm going to catch up. Keep saying I'm going to be more regular, like, 2 visits a week at least. I'll try. It's 7 minutes. And all I've done is screech. I haven't been outside barely for 3 weeks. Anyway, I'll try and come back soon. I'm feeling better. That's it.